What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of 4 Dummies, and tonight I am joined with the other 3 dummies. I have Mr. Robert Detoff.
Hello.
I have Mr. Just One.
Yeah, what's happening?
And I have Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
And tonight we are going to return with another edition of the Collector Critique. You know your routine. Check your feelings at the door. They have no place here. If you want the uncut edition of this, where we get into a conversation regarding the boys, as well as nostalgia and what does the stuff of our time mean to the modern generation, please feel free to check out the Patreon at your own discretion, where you can also get this as well as Sit Down Saturday and a number of other things. That being said, we're going to start tonight with our first contestant, who has the trendy name of just the letter, put, input. And here they come.
Ooh, shout out to Bobby Skullface Christmas wreath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does have the skull reef.
We got a lot of skulls up in here. I don't know. I feel like these are planted.
Yeah.
Casey, is that Casey Jones' skull?
No, that's like an animal.
What about the purple? I'm talking about the purple one.
Oh, the purple one too. Yeah. Yep.
Bobby Purple Skullface.
Yeah, there's a lot of skulls. So this to me has college student vibes.
Yeah, dude. I was literally going to say, I got to the last photo, and that's exactly what I was going to say.
So I get the impression that this is not your own space, that you are in your parents' house, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you got a lot of work to do. If I'm right, I'm more lenient. I do like the IDW comics. I'd love to see that. Such a great story. Hey, Robert, he's got the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball.
I saw that.
Yep. He's got a popcorn machine up in the top. I think, just to dive right in, I think if you're just looking at this first photo with the 2 Detolfs and then the Kalik, I think that's what that is in the middle. I know you have like a really pretty narrow space, but maybe rearranging. Well, I mean, getting new furniture. I think if anything, if you're really if you can, it's worth getting just some bookcases in there. I think it would just elevate just the space in general. That would look like a build-in. Yeah. And then you could kind of do some more interesting things.
My gut is telling me you need to get your own space. That's what my gut is telling me. But I do see here that maybe someone in your family has become an aunt. And let me first say that congratulations. And I like your DVD collection. I respect it. I respect all physical media. But if this is your home, right, and you're not living with your parents or with an elder, you got to own this space, man. You're no longer a kid. And there is a transition period of figuring out, this is my home. I can do whatever I want with it. So, make that space yours. But, if I were to look at this picture, for instance, with the TV, you got all these cords that are wrapped up in some sort of ensemble of nonsense.
That's a fireplace. That's a fireplace.
It is on a fireplace.
It's on a fireplace, but there's a fire hazard with all these cords. You got, your Devastators, which are balanced and look nice at least. You got some DVDs, and that all looks fine, but it also looks like a bachelor pad. I know somebody in your family is an aunt, but it just doesn't look like you have a woman in your life to tell you that this is not it.
I hope this is a woman.
I mean, you can get that TV up on the wall above the fireplace, and it's not you have a lot of stuff there, but it seems like you should be able to, get different furniture to solve your issues. Even if you got floating shelves on the walls or, stuff, it's just not working having an entertainment center in front of your fireplace, because that's all it looks like. It looks really jumbled, even though you've organized it.
No, I was just going to say we got a lot of the classic Detolf problems.
Yeah, same
the
Detolf
Detolfs on the left are totally cramped, and it's just a mass of robots. And then on the right, there's the vertical space is weird, and
you got this one little figure at the top. It's a little Rodimus.
Yeah, the balance feels off. I think the Unicron at the top is a good thing.
Yeah, that looks fine.
The books look nice, but maybe we need 2 of the little organizing baskets, and then fill in that other shelf.
And
you know what I mean? So there's 6 shelves of display stuff, and then 2 buckets.
And I couldn't help but notice, but you see where the skull reef is,
right?
There's some art to the left of it.
Yeah. There is room for more art.
There's room for more art.
Yep, on the other side, and maybe it's at the bottom.
Maybe get some Transformer art.
Yeah, I definitely think you do. It'll match this solar system spray paint art that you have, and this pretend Banksy above that.
So we'll go on to the next one. This is Malachi. I like the name.
All right, what do we got?
Actually, there's clearly some pride here, right? We've we've tried our best to stuff
she said
with them to like space them out. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look as jumbled as we sometimes see them.
He dusted the shelves.
He did dust the shelves.
It looks organized and it looks clean and it looks nice, but it also looks boring. It looks dated. It looks old. You're not doing your figures as credit. It just needs a modern touch. What's this mop bucket on the side here?
I think this is a basement. If you look up at the one big shot, you see like a beam across the ceiling with some duct work attached.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
So look, let me come in with a hot take, okay?
So I actually
so this is a G1 collection,
which is tricky.
But what this guy has is he has a space, he has furniture, and he has technically toys, but they're old school and they're classic toys, and he's actually displayed them in a space with furniture pretty well.
I agree.
So my I think recommendation to Malachi would be like, look at what you've done. You have done more with less. Imagine what you could do with more. Better space, better furniture, applying the same presentation that you know here. You got a great G1 presentation going on.
It's an interesting take to have this old furniture with the old toys. I kind of dig it in a weird way.
So I feel
okay, go.
I don't think it was intentional. I could say if that was intentional, but I don't think it was. I'll give them credit because it does look shiny. This person cares about their collection. We're like, as an example for the last one, it just looked like that person didn't really care. This person cares. The shelves at least they look polished. They're dusted. Figures are all kind of arranged as best as you can. You know, you can't really pose these things, but I think if it were a masterpiece collection, I think they would all be posed. Yeah. You know, so this is a person that cares about that space particularly, but then you don't care about any of the other space around it, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
The dissonant factor in this display, other than like the weird vertical space in the center, is the newer Fort Max on top. It doesn't belong there. You've got to find a new place for that.
Is that a modern? That's not a modern Fort Max.
On top it is. Yeah,
no, it's not.
The new one.
No, it's not.
Sure. Not. It's super old.
It's old. He's got both the kind of, I think, Japanese and American maybe Fort Max.
Oh, wow, then that's
cool. Okay. But like, I think the blue wall is not helping.
Oh yeah, 100% it's not.
The white stripe, and I'm not talking about the band on the left side, is not helping. Like how you have framed this out is not helping. But like my issue with this is that like I actually really like this. I just don't like how you've done it. Like I like that you have this G1 collection. It's a very well spaced, well laid out G1 collection,
and they're all standing, which is
they're all standing. They're all like they seem purposeful, but like they need some ass behind it. And I'm not going to edit that curse word out. It might be the first Dummies that I intentionally not edit that curse word out, because that's what it needs behind it. It needs a statement of like, yes, this is a G1 collection. I know how to show it, but I just need a different space and a different furniture, or just different furniture. This stuff is hard to display. This G1 stuff is hard to display, you know, and I think
next to impossible.
I think he gets how to do it. He's just limiting himself with the resources that he has, but it's like, dude, just expand the resources. I don't know. Now, I will say this next person has far bigger problems on their hands.
My favorite.
Now, this is Rowdy. This to me has absolutely no value. Start over.
But he has all the boxes, Bobby.
Yeah, you have all the boxes of your you have all the boxes of your $25 figures. Congratulations.
What's that?
Now your reward for my congratulations is you get to start over.
Yeah, like what's I'm just like you have all this tape all over the wall. Like it's sometimes I feel like we're getting pranked.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just wild that you have these weird lights. They're taped up weird. You got all this tape and stain on the wall. I don't know why you're displaying stuff. Like, why display stuff then? Especially in this corner,
you need to figure out
all this money.
You need to figure out how to display your home.
He was okay. So I think what was going on was he was taping those lights up to the ceiling and having issues with some pieces as he was ripping them, and just slapping them on the wall to get them off his hand.
I mean, that's
what that looks like.
That is adhesive that has been on the wall for a moment to have left that sort of.
You got this bag of M&Ms. Listen, My advice is this: rip all of this furniture out, repaint, sand, and do whatever necessary. Get some new window dressings for your window, and make the room in your home where you live, where your wife sleeps, where the children come and play with their toys. Make that space look nice first. Then consider furniture that would complement the space. And then once you've got the furniture in, then take your toys out of the box and then put them in the new space that you have designated for your home.
Just take a black Sharpie and color in the
just don't bother. Just stop.
Yeah. You have torn paint and cobwebs and all over your walls. I don't care what Optimus Prime you have if your walls aren't clean. Clean your house.
Why display in this corner?
Yeah.
Why does he have a clock in the middle of it?
Yeah, enough.
To let you know what time it is. It's time to clean.
It's a thermostat, but it probably does have the clock on it too. But it is time to clean. Let's clean our palettes and move on to the next one, which is Alfredo. Clean space. It's nice to be in a clean space. Let me tell you what I love the most from looking at this at first glance. He has an FHE family home entertainment cardboard box setup of the original VHS releases of the Transformers VHS tapes, and that is absolutely nostalgic fantasticness.
He has Transformers roller skates and oven mitts. He has and really displaying things very well. You're walking into a store, right?
He's got Happy Meal stuff. He's got Happy Meal stuff. Old nostalgic Happy Meal stuff from McDonald's. He's got all sorts of one-offs and everything else. This dude is a capital G, capital ONE1 fan, and he nailed it. I think you could spruce this up. I think you could.
He has a OO SpaghettiOs free poster with Transformers and My Little Pony on it.
But it's all nostalgic. I think if you put a little bit of spice on how you display the nostalgia, you're my favorite collection tonight, easily.
But it's also fringe stuff. It's not. Most people have G1 stuff. I got every G1 character, but you have this fringe stuff.
It's fringe. It's nuanced. It's of its time. It's like a time capsule collection.
I like the toy bin, C. Hicken. I just don't know if I understand you've got a space issue in it, but I don't know if I like the boxes thrown in it. I see what you're doing.
I think it works though. It's just something about it. I think
it works
to it. Yeah, it works. I hear what you're saying, Robert, but 100% something about it works because it's so weird, and everything in here is just kind of weird, but and done really well. It's really nice.
I'm going to blow your mind, right? So the toy box, and Robert, I agree with you. It does seem random and out of place, but the toy box is holding pieces that would put center stage. But he's nah, I'm good with the weird. I just want to have this as a random toy box. It's almost as if you walked into somebody. All right, so here's the thing. It's 1985, and you walked into a adult Transformer fan that was into this when it was weird because there's nothing but kids that like this and took it all super serious.
Right.
And I think that's brilliant in a way.
The popsicle stick poster. I mean, the popsicle poster.
Yeah.
These, the boxes in the bin, these are things now that people would make center stage. But back in the day, it's almost like you're traveling back in time to going into KB Toys or Toys R Us or something, and you'd see a bunch of boxes thrown into a bin.
Yeah. But it's
30 years later, 40 years later.
But I think it works for both.
Yeah.
I like that you could just take the bus right to this dude's house. Look out the window.
Yes, literally. I saw that too. I was thinking convenient location.
It's a tundra, but the bus will show up.
So I like
it's a tundra.
I like that the fix to this is just furniture aesthetics. That's it. You fix some of you put some excessive lighting in here. You doctor up some of the furniture, and this shit is money. It's all this. This is a collection that just needs the final touches.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm gonna go one more further and just elevate the room. Imagine if this room was freshly painted and had crown molding. If you just elevated the room and didn't even really change it, but you just made it look like this high-end space, it would look almost museum quality. Yeah, nothing. Even the detail looks fine.
It looks
nothing
fine.
Overly cluttered. With the G1 Prime and Megatron, I get that's the worst one because it's so small. But
he's got the frame picture. He's got the frame picture above it with is that's Peter Cullen and Frank Frank Welker. Like, he cares. Like it's all thoughtful. Like, yes, you could raise up the detolf. Yes, you could light it. And yes, that would help. But that's the key to this whole collection space. It's just the spice on top. All he needs is the spice. The main course is ready. This is ready.
How does guy react if you like visit his house and just like grab a tumbler and fill it with some juice?
He's like, oh, it's so wild. This stuff, like, look at the like the snow gloves and this woolly slipper, this prime slipper. See like, slipper. It's wild.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, even the 12-ounce tumbler display, look at how much real estate that eats up. And he doesn't give a
He's got all the tumblers.
Yeah, when somebody's like, "Oh, I got a dude, imagine this guy." You meet him on the street. He's like, "Oh, I got a Transformer collection." You're like, "Oh, cool. You got to check it out." And you expecting to see the traditional stuff, and you walk in. And
it's 1984 fourth quarter in this room, year round.
Yeah, this is super nostalgic. I love it.
Look at the old Ziploc logo and
yeah, it's brilliant. It just needs the spice.
SpaghettiOs,
bus stop,
Ziploc,
cobwebs.